Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to Stellaris with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome to a brand new full playthrough where today we're going to be trying to defeat the Endgame crisis on times 25 difficulty. With the newest update to hit Stellaris, that is now the maximum difficulty that the crisis can go to, whereas before, it was only times 5. Meaning that yes, it's going to be 5 times more powerful than usual, which is going to be absolutely terrifying. And so, we have the Crisis Preppers, an experiment from one of the fallen empires in order to safeguard the galaxy from what they can foresee in the future will be the end of all life. So we're here to try and prevent that, and because of that, we're going to be as cheesy as possible in every single way possible, and this is going to be my first attempt at this particular type of run. I may need to do it a multiple times to get it completely correct, but this is what I'm going with right now. So we have inward perfection, meaning we have loads of extra unity, population growth, and happiness, but this comes at the cost of having no envoys to begin with, and we can pretty much do nothing with the other empires. But those bonuses basically allow us to have a truly fantastic start. We then have meritocracy, meaning our specialists give us more output and our leaders can get more powerful, because we are going to go really heavy into research. We're going to play wide, but also really into research, and I think this might be the best option for us. Because we are a xenophobe, it means we can expand a lot faster than usual. Because we are pacifist, it means our planets are a lot more stable than usual, giving us more resources, and because we are egalitarian, once again, more resources, but in this case, with our specialists. Now, originally, I wanted to go fanatic xenophobe and ignore egalitarian, but then you can't start off with the Scion origin as a fallen empire's experiment, and I just really like the concept of this, so we're going with this anyway. Our species are rapid breeders and intelligent. This will likely be changed later to also be adaptive. I am most likely going down the genetic route with this species, since it will be the only species on our worlds outside of some livestock if we can find it. It is a lot easier to keep track of all that, although I am still tempted to go down the route of syncretic evolution. Becoming machines is also something I absolutely adore doing, but for now, the idea is genetics, because I just feel like, again, it fits the theme of the Empire. Is it the best option? I don't really know. Should I be going down the route of lore here rather than the best options? No. Am I going to? Yes. So with this, difficulty of Endgame Crisis, all the way now up to times 25. I am, however, going to set the Endgame start year a little bit later than usual. Now remember, the default is all the way over here. I'm just going to set it to here, so it's still 50 years earlier than the default, and on times 25 difficulty. I'm just setting it this late because I really want to see how much tech stacking I can do, and I really want to go down the route of ring worlds and everything else, and if I have it too early, going for those is just a terrible idea, and I will never go for them, and that's just not very fun. Now, I may do another run in the future in which I set this even earlier, but for now, I think 50 years early is still plenty early. Everything else is going to be with my usual settings, so high aggressiveness, random placement, scaling difficulty off, which means everyone gets the maximum bonuses as soon as the game starts, which is worse for us. And with all of that, let's get going. For the glory of our fallen Empire parents. Hi everyone, Future Lathrix here. So, I'm just now editing down this video, and I've noticed that this is the video which I have the most footage for of any video on the channel. Over 50 hours of footage are being melted down into, hopefully, will end up less than 3 hours long. So I really do hope you enjoy, and although I do loathe to do this, if you would like to hit the like button and comment down below, it will help out immensely at the moment. Right now, the ad revenue is below 50% where it normally is because of everything going on in the world, and although I hate to beg for likes and comments, this is the easiest way to support the channel and make sure everything stays fine and dandy in the not so distant future. So, thank you so much, sorry for interrupting, and now we continue. Really hate how this breaks the flow. Okay, feel free to read the Scion origin there, if you'd like to pause the video, but I do need to continue. Now, since it's going to be a full playthrough, I will be skipping quite a bit, and since we are having the end game so late, at least compared to my normal runs, expect quite a lot of cutting in this video. I don't really want it to go more than 2.5 hours at extreme most. Not saying it won't, but that's the goal. Hello there, our glorious leaders, the Holy Guardians. Where are you? Very far away for your first experiment. Maybe you were scared of us, which is fair enough. You have done well for yourselves. With our guidance, you have mastered the technology of hyperspace travel and are now ready to set off into the stars for the first time. Thy will be done. Now, I've never actually played with the Scion origin before, so I'm not 100% sure what exactly we get out of it, but I've been told so many times that it is a very, very powerful origin. So, it's something new to me, which is always interesting, and it's apparently very powerful, which of course is really, really good right now. Going to strip down these corvettes completely, so I get their resources back. If you just destroy them, you don't get the resources. Would have been better if I actually saved that. Sure, remove the original. Then they will upgrade, thus giving us 126 alloys straight away. And we're going to go straight into tech. That's all I care about. Tech, tech, and more tech. Goodbye, bureaucrats, at least for now. Don't need you in that job right this second.
Construction complete.
So rather than taking workers for these new scientist jobs, I'll just make the bureaucrats into scientists for the time being. Starting off with expansion, as is traditional, with our traditions, and then we're going to move to discovery, then prosperity most likely. Food policy, nutritional plenitude, there we are.
Discovered.
That's going to cost a lot of food, but I'm about to upgrade my food already. Getting that so early is nice, but let's just stick with... yeah, let's just stick with upgrading our corvettes if we do need to build them. What I'm hoping is that we can just stay away from war for quite a while. If at all possible, I don't really want to go to war at all during this playthrough, except with a fallen empire at some point in order to get their tech. Okay, that's a tiny increase from our empire sprawl, that's fine. Ooh, this is interesting, but I don't... Oh, what a shame. I don't think this will work because of inward perfection and the fact we're xenophobes. So what this will eventually give us is a symbiote, which we can introduce into the population. It slows down their breeding, but it gives them additional research, I believe, maybe more unity. Either way, it's a really powerful buff at the cost of a little bit of population growth.
Log updated.
I'm really hoping we can still use that, but I also doubt we can. Excellent, we can. Then let us open our hearts and brain stems to them. The brain slug has been introduced into our species. Yeah, plus 10% all research and plus 10% unity. That is such a nice bonus. Once again, though, it does slow down our research. I can probably stop you from breeding, can't I? No, I can't. No, of course I can't. I am an egalitarian species. Well, I'm hoping I'll get more of those later. At the moment, though, the stability is going to be crushed. Whoa, I did not realise it was so bad. Maybe that was a bad choice. Still, though, I do really like having that bonus.
Complete.
And the next time we make a new habitat, which should be very soon, by habitat I mean colony, we can send specifically only those with the brain slugs. Really slow population growth, though. That is horrendous, but I still think it's worth it. You know, I think that choice may have doomed us. It's gonna last so long. That is utterly horrendous. Maybe I should have waited until I had the colony or something else. Just that's going to hamper our start so much. Really, really slowing down production on the main world. Well, we found a primitive world. The problem is we can't actually invade it. And that's because I'm not allowed to have unrestricted study because we are a pacifist. Still though, we can get 10 society research a month out of it, so it's not bad. It's a really good bit of resource, just would have liked a world and perhaps a species to conquer. Okay, what I'm going to have to start doing is, as I get some minor relics, I will likely be selling them to private collectors, in addition to proclaiming our superiority. So that's what I'm going to use constantly. I can't really save up for anything else. And that way our economy won't be completely destroyed. Our very first faction is a spiritualist faction. I mean, we're not going super against them, but we kind of are. I want robots, so that's going to be a big problem there. Well, I'm hoping over time we'll get more factions which are more in line with what I'm trying to do.
Anomaly detected.
Okay, there we are. So we have a xenophobe faction, which I'm fine with. Extended Peace will eventually be active, and they'll be happy with that. I'll eventually be isolationist diplomacy, so I'll be happy with that eventually. And you are pacifist. You want me to have more energy. Makes sense.
Construction complete.
Policies, native interference, active study. Our observation post is now aggressive.
Anomaly detected.
Already grabbing robots, which is fantastic. As soon as that's active, that's going to be really, really good for us because we can then head towards droids. Droids can then inhabit every world we find. We have a lot of different factions.
Construction.
Selling relics in order to activate a few things. Straight away, we now have population growth encouraged on the main world. I'm also going to increase how many amenities we're getting to help stabilize, well, the stability.
Survey complete.
Lovely. More artifacts means more free energy for us. Okay, and there's a new world over there as well. Fantastic. An asteroid has appeared, but I believe the station will be able to take it out all by itself, which is great, because that is going to end up giving us 1,000 extra minerals. Expansion is finished. Now, Interstellar Dominion is a fantastic thing, but it only helps us out in the early game. Later on, we may need more Ascension perk points, because I kind of want everything which is powerful. So I think really just going straight away into technological ascendancy, it's more likely we'll get the rare researches as we continue, and we get plus 10% research speed by default. This world is really good. Plus 10% society research, and it has the portal job, which gives us a load of physics. Not bad at all. So one thing I forgot, which is really annoying, is that the robot assembly plants no longer cost minerals, they cost alloys, despite the fact the tooltip is currently a little bit broken. Turn minerals into new robot populations, but then it also says it costs alloys. It does indeed cost alloys, which obviously is a bit worse at the moment. Yet still, I really, really want the robots being built on both these planets. It really increases our population growth, especially since now we've slowed it with the whole brain slug host thing. Are neither of you researching that anomaly? Well, go ahead. It's not on the precursor ones, but we are really close now to finishing off the precursor already. We've only got one to go, I think. Sorry, well, two to go, but one's being researched right now, so really we have one more to find. Getting all these lovely early resources by using up our minor artifacts may be fantastic now, but I'm gonna hate myself later. How many do you have now? Just 5 left. But I have just found the final precursor activity, so we definitely didn't need to use Discover Precursor Insight. So I'll pretend I just used that, and everything seems slightly better. But only slightly, to be fair. Do you have our first robots yet? Oh, hello. We're being given some surplus starships. That's a 5k fleet.
Survey complete. Construction complete.
What? Okay, we have a 5k fleet, apparently. I can see why people like this origin. Where's the enemies which are just over here? I'm sure I saw some. Must have moved, but why would they move? They're defending the tree. I don't know what just happened.
Establishing colony.
Doesn't matter. We now have a fleet which can deal with all that kind of stuff. However, that is going to cost us dearly. Okay, there they are. Why did they move, though? It's okay, it's fine. We'll still destroy them. Our alloys are looking really bad right now, so we do need to improve
Colony founded.
that as soon as we can.
Enemy fleet.
Okay, now please return home. Wow, their scanners are so much better than what we have. Oh, a relic world! That is glorious. Okay, gonna also build a second construction vessel, because we're now expanding this way. No other civilizations nearby, which is insane. Really good start, honestly. We have the brain slugs, which soon won't be an issue for us. We're being given some free minerals, which is lovely.
Discovered.
Yeah, really nice start. Really, really nice start. Another reason why the brain slugs are amazing, and I completely forgot, they actually give you additional bonuses if there is a brain slug as a leader. Extra build speed if they're a governor, in addition to extra research. Right now, though, we don't really have enough brain slugs to reliably get leaders, but I have disabled migration. So essentially what should happen now is that since every new world is being colonized by the species with the brain slug in them, they will start to outnumber our regular preppers, and then that's all we're going to have. For leaders, that is. I can't talk at the moment.
Complete.
Like last week, my speech has just gone somewhere else.
Survey complete.
There's even a Gaia world. Truly magnificent. Yeah, this might be one of the best starts I've ever had. So if I fail now, I'm going to be really upset. Extra happiness for our people? Lovely. Okay, so then, our plans continuing forwards. We have the Relic World now, which is our precursor home. It gave us a free tradition, essentially, and a head start on the second. And I've just realised something. The choke points we have are insane. If we place a starbase here and a starbase here, this entire section is completely blocked off from the rest of the galaxy. We even have marauders here, which are going to slow down anyone else trying to get through here, so yeah, I have never seen such a good start before. Even just getting our precursors done so quickly is honestly insanely good. Our other relic world over here. Sadly only a size 16, but this is going to be our third relic world in the end, so, you know, I'm okay with that.
Project complete.
Oh my god, we have marauders here as well. So, there's no need to defend this section at all, because if any enemies want to get to us, they're going to have to go through marauders, meaning that right now, the only entrance and exit for all of this territory is in this direction, right here. All we need to do is defend one point. I am gobsmacked about this start. Did I mention that yet? Once again, selling all of our artifacts this way. Curators, please aid us in our research. You can return home and become one of our first research assisters. There we are. Grab everything from there as soon as you can, and then move on. Now, I just spent almost all, in fact, pretty much all of my influence activating some of these edicts, so now we are getting more energy and more happiness. More units would be nice. More growth rate? Yep, just continue to try and improve what we have. I think this is more than enough space. I will, of course, continue to expand past this point, if possible, but that is just such a perfect choke point. In fact, I'll go all the way out to here. Found an empire, which apparently is weaker than us because of our 5k fleet power. Yeah, I can see why people like this origin. Wow, they've expanded quickly. Xenophobes and fanatic materialists. They don't hate us that much, at least, so it's unlikely they're going to attack us. But I do think I chose the correct origin, because not having to think about defending ourselves or building a fleet is lovely.
Technology discovered.
Gonna grab that. Put down a bastion anyway.
Survey complete.
Then this is all ours. Kind of stuck then, though.
Construction complete.
I say stuck. Stuck with this many worlds, 3 of which are going to be relic worlds. Yeah, that's fine. Hello, Bunkerbot. I'll be taking that influence, thank you very much.
Survey complete.
Just now starting off our colony over here as well. And also doing the research so that we can activate even more consumer goods. Oh yeah, this is a terraforming candidate, and it will increase happiness and decrease upkeep if I ever do that.
Survey complete.
There's the gardening bots. Eventually they'll just talk to us, and then we can activate the additional everything. Okay, let's see if we can get the Infinity Machine to give us something decent. There are multiple outcomes of that, some much better than others, and I'm really hoping I'll get one of the good ones, although I'm not sure if it means we need a certain amount of tech before we get those, or our leader has to be a certain level. I'm sure there was modifiers which help you get the better outcome. I just can't remember what they are. Or if they actually do exist. They could just be in my head. Our robots will now use less housing and be produced 15% faster.
Log updated.
Our old scientific leader has died, and we now have a new leader, which has a brain slug host, giving plus 10% research speed. Glory to the brain slugs. Discovery is now finished, so what do we go with next? Now, Imperial Prerogative may not seem all that good, but it is really, really, really nice, because it means you need less admin buildings. Essentially, that frees up a lot of building slots over time. Since it is a plus 20% admin cap, not just plus 20, obviously making it significantly better. One vision is always great, less amenities usage is always very welcome, along with governing ethics attraction. Transcendent learning is amazing, making our leaders better faster. Though I am tempted just to wait until I can get engineered evolution and just force that. I have to actually consider all the things we are going to keep. So we definitely need Defender of the Galaxy, that's one. What else? Defender of the Galaxy, Master Builders, Galactic Wonders, and Voidborn, that takes up 4. Leaving us with 3. World Shaper is really nice, or we could go with the Arcology Project. I'll probably go with one of those, leaving us with 2, which would be Engineered Evolution and then Evolutionary Mastery. So right now then, I shouldn't really pick any of these because all the other points are spoken for. Okay, so one at a time. I am getting an Admiral from the Fallen Empire, thank you. And of course we're going to help out the robots over here, who are taking care of this world. This means we get an extra 20% from our artisans and a plus 40% additional unity bonus from anything on the planet, at the costs of loads of less minerals and loads of less energy, which is absolutely fine. We'll simply use this world for consumer goods and for unity. And soon I should be able to terraform, which is nice. And there's 500 alloys. Very, very nice indeed.
Complete.
So here's our new Admiral. Extra lifespan, which is great. They're currently 40 years old, and they have Psychic, giving them extra evasion and extra ship weapon damage, which brings our fleet up to 7k. Yeah, we are doing really well right now. Unlimited energy. Birth of the Galactic community. Yep, we'll join for now. We may leave later on, though. We're not going to have much influence. I don't really care about any of this, really. But I want to help out with the market as soon as possible. Do want that. Do want that. But let's stop supporting that for now, just to make sure the market's next. Because as soon as we pass this, we get an extra 100 influence, which is great. We can always leave later on at the cost of influence.
Construction complete.
Now, why would you want to leave? Well, the simple answer is, if you leave, although you are losing out on all the benefits, you also can't be affected by any of the negatives, and there's a good chance, since we are isolationists and xenophobes, that people will try to use that against us. Though, honestly, it's not all that easy to do, unless you're going against one of their laws. So we'll see. Most likely, I won't end up leaving. Alas, we've finally run out of stored research. Having so many anomalies that early on, we had stored research almost the entire first 40 years. It was really, really lovely, essentially doubling our research speed. Sadly now, though, that is at an end. Though it has gave us an advantage, a lot of empires have fallen behind tech-wise. By a lot, I mean 3. So, a few have fallen behind. Oh, I think we've got the best outcome, right? Beautiful. So, straight away, that's going to give us loads of extra research. Well, 12 in each. It's still nice. But the main thing is we now have the Mirror of Knowledge giving us plus 10% research speed. I was worried since we weren't going down the route of Materialist, which of course is additional research speed and making your robots cheaper, but I think we're going to be okay. Beautiful. Engineered evolution is now ours. Okay, prosperity next. This will give us some more specialist output and give us more clerks, which will make everything a lot easier. But first, let's put brain slugs in everyone. Okay, so that's free of charge. We could make them more adaptive, or we could... What else could we do? Making them charismatic would make things easier. Conservationist is nice. Venerable is amazing. Just extra research. I think, first of all, remove deviants. Then let's go with engineering, since I want the Megastructure stuff as soon as possible. Then, do we have any 2s here? I mean, conformist is nice. It's like the opposite of what we already have. And adaptive is good as well. That would mean all of these worlds would have 100% habitability. At least most of them. And we can always change that later. So, yeah, let's go with that for now.
Log updated.
That's going to take a while, but it is definitely worth it. Brain slugs for all.
Construction. Technology discovered.
Thank you very much. Just a free tech being given to us. Now, if we go back over to our new relic world, well, our second relic world, I believe, first of all, let's find the correct one. There we go. If we remove these archaeologies, yeah, we'll get some extra relics. Might be able to get secrets of... No, won't be able to get that. Is it really worth it just to sell that? Not really. Still, later on, at least we'll get something back from clearing these. Actually, as long as we get 3+, it is worth it in terms of the sheer cost. But still, gonna wait until I actually need the space. For now, just leaving it as it is. Since we've gone down the route of genetics, we do have clone vats available to us. These cost 2 energy to upkeep, they don't give any jobs, but give plus 33% growth rate on the planet they're built. Obviously, that is really nice.
War has broken out.
Starting to terraform one of our first worlds. Just grab this system as well, so I can turn this 25 Savannah world into a 25 Tundra world.
Survey complete.
Though we do need the energy first. It is 5,000 resource we need, so it's gonna be a little while. Or far less than I expected. Creating a load of new science vessels. Each of these will have one simple goal: to assist the research of our planets.
Technology discovered.
Our fleet has dealt with the crystalline entities over here, so now we can grab all that research, which is lovely, and there's 2 more systems for us to survey. I don't think either of them have anything habitable there, but, you know, more systems is always good. Ooh, lovely. Sonic Theory. Empire Sprawl from Pops decreased by 10%. Now, really, I want this, because this will eventually allow us to go down the route of adding extra civics, but this is just so good, and it's a rare tech, I might not see it again for a while. Okay, we have a new species currently on one of our worlds. Currently, they are undesirables, but that is silly. When you can do this. And potentially turn them into food. Or maybe domestic servitude. No, let's turn them into food. They are delicious.
Discovered.
Okay, one world has been successfully terraformed.
Technology discovered.
Droids, fantastic. We lost our original governor, but thankfully, we managed to get a new one with a brain slug. They also like food, but brain slug. We're now at 1K research, which isn't too bad, really. Only 50 years into the game. Once again, I am very hopeful with this run. Very hopeful indeed.
Technology discovered. Debris analyzed. Survey complete.
It's unlikely for this to succeed, but I'm going to try anyway. I'm nominating our homeworld to be the Galactic Marketplace location. But here's the thing. That's weak instantly. Yeah, the chance of us winning this is very, very low. But if we do win it, it would be fantastic.
Establishing colony.
Making the market cheaper would just make everything run better. Problem is, we are xenophobes who don't allow people into our borders, mostly.
Discovered.
Yeah, people don't seem to really hate us all that much, which is nice. Well, cost us all that influence again, but now the marketplace rating is adequate from weak. There's a chance we might be able to get that. We are now expanding far slower, and honestly, there's not all that much we really want to expand to, so no longer are we expansionist, we are now isolationist.
Technology discovered.
More border friction, which means these fellows might start to dislike us soon, but at the same time, we get more unity and more admin capacity. Also, even our governing ethics attraction is increased, so more influence down the line. I was going to say unity then, because I can't talk. It worked. Fantastic. Again, we now have access to the Galactic market. And since we're the leaders of it, it means our market fee has been reduced by 10%. Now, I know there's some rather evil, there's some rather evil groups out there, so most likely there's going to be a lot of populations being sold. Which is good for us. If we had the energy to buy them, that is. Now, what to do with that species there? You could very easily, since I'm going to put you on the relic worlds... You know what? Default rights. And let's go with... domestic servitude. We could just go straight into livestock. Now, we can't have them free, because that will really annoy our factions. Otherwise, I kind of would. I'll just have them free, but then have it so... they either have population controls... in fact, yeah, that I have basically all the controls online. Which they will have anyway. Oh, I'm not allowed to do that. But didn't I do that earlier with that other species? Oh dear. So, what am I going to do then? If we're going to keep them around, they've got to be good for something. What we might end up doing is having one specific world, which will be a livestock world, which will produce all our food. In fact, if I save this last world, which is being terraformed, I could turn that into a Thrall world. No, actually, no, I can't, because it's too small. Have to think about that. For now, then, what I'm going to do is leave them as this. Essentially, they're going to work as clerks, farmers, miners, energy producers, which allow our populations to take the researcher jobs and everything else. That way we can rush buildings. It does mean they are going to be able to populate our planets. So I do have to be careful where I put them, because they will occasionally grow instead of our populations, which is very annoying. But I think ultimately it'll be worth it if we keep this up. Also, some of them are really good. I mean, this one's great. Serviles, plus 10% resources from jobs, plus 10% happiness. They can never be leaders, rulers, or specialists anyway. This actually is one of the most perfect owned populations you can really get because of that. So what we're going to want is to give them all the basic stuff here, depending on where we put them. If I put you on a relic world, which I think I did, then what I'm going to do is make you thrifty, so you can generate more trade value. And charismatic, so you can also give more amenities to the planet. Yes, so you create template, charismatic, and thrifty. And even less housing. There we are, perfect.
Log update.
That's not really worth doing until we have a few more of them, though. So we'll see how many we get. We can always transform them later when our research is a bit higher, so we don't have to wait so long. Now we can upgrade our government. What I'm going to do is add, if I can find it, either environmentalist or police state. I'm thinking police state. An additional 5 stability on all of our planets just means more every single type of resource. Well, it turns out that that empire is very, very busy, because now, look at this. Loads of populations. Not sure where the robots are coming from. They could be coming from any empire, really. But loads and loads of those others. So what I'm going to do is send those all over to our relic worlds, or at least one of our relic worlds, which is going to mess things up massively for now. And some robots, apparently. And then, just for now, I'm going to add some commercial zones, just to make sure we have jobs for them. That's going to give us loads of trade value from this world.
Construction complete.
Now, sadly, our robots can't be researchers yet. As soon as they're synths, that's not a problem. They can take all the jobs that a regular population can, but a droid can only take certain specialist jobs, and one of them is sadly not researchers. Since we have so many of them, just for now, what I'm going to do is convert these into domestic servitude. That means if they don't have a job available, they just produce amenities and don't become problematic to the planet they're on.
Technology discovered.
Since I'll be changing them later anyway. Ooh, lovely. The processing center. I say lovely, really evil, but fantastic considering where we're going right now. And with that tech, we can now get Evolutionary Mastery already. Then we'll grab this. Straight after we have the processing facility. Then we make the ultimate species. And now I think about it. Oops, wrong one. Now I have a think. I think I may just keep them as domestic servitude forever, because the other type of ownership, that doesn't really apply to trade value. You don't get the plus 10% resource from the trade value, so I don't think you do. I mean, either way, it's not that important, so yeah, I might just stick with this. Keep our relic worlds happy. Oh, problem solved. We can actually allow population controls. This will just really annoy some of our factions. But yeah, we don't want any more to be added, so default rights, population controls enabled. So now, anytime we add any more, we just keep them as they are. That makes things a lot easier for us, since of course we do want more of our main species. Turns out I have been really underestimating the power of domestic servitude. They cost almost nothing. They cost a little bit of food, but not all that much. They hardly affect our overall stability on the planet. Actually, they do affect it in a positive way. Don't need to give them jobs. They produce loads of amenities. We get the maximum plus 20% happiness for our main species. Speaking of our main species, and it is now time to upgrade them to their potentially final state. So what do we want? We want fertile plus 30% growth rate for now. We'll change that in the distant future. Oh, we can even use nerve stapled on the populations we're currently purchasing. Oh dear. Inessential neural pathways relating to self-preservation and free will are severed, creating a docile and obedient client species. Yeah. Oh, I wonder if these two stack, the slug host and this special trait. I doubt it. Oh, no, when I say stack, I mean in terms of the leadership bonuses. Really doubt it, but you never know. Still want natural engineers. I mean, I'd love robust, honestly. Extra habitability, extra lifespan, but that's really expensive. We need at least a -2. I can't stack non-adaptive with robust, because that wouldn't make any sense, of course. They could become repugnant. They've entered a stage now where they're relying on other species to do their dirty work, and they're probably becoming a lot more foul in their customs. In return, plus 5% from all resources, extra habitability, extra leader lifespan, less amenities generated. I'm okay with that. That is a really powerful combo there. Yep, we're going with that.
Log updated.
That's going to take a very long time. I may have been purchasing some lithoids because I've just realised that lithoids as livestock produce minerals. So we now have an unlimited mineral supply. Which is pretty nice, I've got to say. Here's my question. Does the mineral purification plant work with livestock? I believe it does, and I guess we're about to find out regardless.
Technology discovered.
We're just given climate restoration. Ooh, that's actually really good. From our predecessors.
Technology discovered.
With this, we can now transform this world once we have enough energy. And that will be a really good world for us. Our main species has been improved, and apparently that bonus does stack. So research speed +5 and then +10. In fact, all of our leaders have this at least, unlike the brain slugs. I don't think we should disagree with what they asked for. Yep, you can have one of our leaders. I wonder which scientist that was. Oh no, the L cluster is about to be opened up already? Well, that could be a problem.
Technology discovered.
I completely forgot that lithoids can also produce rare resources. First of all, nerve stapled. Second of all, minerals. Third of all, gas. Then we'll make you tundra preference. And what else? You know, I'm tempted to allow these to reproduce, just have a world of these. Just strong, I guess. Yep, very strong. There we are. Just so I know which ones are converted, let's just change you to that. Now we're getting Voidborn. Hopefully soon I'll get Mega Engineering so I can grab Master
Technology
Builders.
discovered.
I guess Domination is likely the next thing we're going to get, because workers and own population output is increased. Though saying that, adaptability is also fantastic. Extra habitability, less food being consumed, and most importantly for us, population housing usage is reduced straight away. Grabbing Megastructure now, we're about to hit 4K research. Our consumer goods are looking fantastic, which is where all our minerals are going now. And we're doing well in pretty much every regard. There we are, create Thrallworld, or Thrallworld, or however it's actually pronounced. So, this is really nice because it will allow us to grow our own domestic servants. But at the same time, we don't really have a world which I'd be willing to transform. I mean, there is this world here, the Lithoid Farm #1. But this is still going to become an alloy foundry in the end. Just so happens right now, there's 96 populations here, and most of them are lithoids or servants. Speaking of which, I have now nerve stapled our most populous of servants, so at least they're not upset anymore. Or thinking, really. I was wrong about the world needing to be a certain size, although that does apply to certain things, like the penal colony, apparently not to this. So there we are. Going to start now making all of our new owned populations move over here instead. And I'm going to modify them to be a specialist version, which I'll actually allow to populate. Okay, we now have synthetics. So our robots can take any job.
Technology discovered.
Because of that, I'm giving them the full rights of our main species. Actually, I can't. I'm giving them as best as I can. Let's just say that. Since their happiness actually matters now, let's give them social welfare. Okay. At the cost of a lot of consumer goods, I'm now at almost 100% stability on all of our planets. This is because now the main species has utopian abundance as their living standard. They're living in a very, very privileged way now. Beginning work on the science nexus already.
Technology discovered.
We've unlocked ambitions, which I'm tempted to use as soon as we have enough unity, but also, we unlocked one more ascension perk, Master Builders, plus 50% Megastructure build speed, and we can build one more at the same time. It is just now past 2,300, and our Science Nexus has just completed its first phase. In a second, we'll have enough. In fact, if I just purchase it now, we can instantly have enough to continue that along. Oh, come on, that's so close. There we are. Did that just work? Yes, it did. Good. We're about to... No, we just hit 6K research as well. Lovely. The Science Nexus is now complete. Our alloy production has been ramped up significantly. And I'm even building myself a fleet. And a lot of habitats. Excellent. So soon we can get the tech to start building things like the matter decompressor, the Dyson sphere, and the ring world. In fact, that's all three of the techs I'm after. Unlimited minerals, energy, and population space. Well, close to unlimited. Pretty quite a few years since the last update. The Great Khan has risen. Thankfully, mostly ignoring me. They are currently attacking the fanatical purifiers. I just saw most of their fleets
Construction complete.
go down there. Okay, you can probably see right now, but I can't because my monitor just crashed. Good timing. So as I was saying, I just saw loads of their forces go down here somewhere. They are very, very powerful. They have like over 100,000 total. Yep, there they are attacking the fanatical purifiers. We're just going to sit here. I'm currently making some corvettes to back everything up. We have a decent citadel here, which will help out quite a lot. And I think I should be able to take them as long as they don't hit me with everything all at once. They have taken one of our systems, which annoyingly had loads of crystal in. The Dyson sphere is now partial, so we're getting 1,000 energy from that. And I was saving up for that, but now I'm building ships. I was also saving up for the ring world, so everything's been slowed down by the Great Khan, which is really inconsiderate. You know what? I've changed my mind. I'm going to just continue with my building. No more ships. You can hold it. Good luck. Taking a bit of a risk there, but I think that is actually the right thing for me to do right now. I mean, I didn't have to stack up so many as well. That was a silly thing to do, really. But I've got enough of everything else to micromanage. Lovely, the first stage of the matter decompressor, giving us 500 minerals every month. Not that much, but certainly a good start. At least now our energy and minerals have stabilized, so I can start building everything to stabilize everything else. So tempted to keep on building more habitats. I am building one right now. It's just... It's so addictive. Just habitats everywhere.
Technology discovered.
Our admin cap is a little bit suffering as well, so we need to focus on that soon. Here we are. Level 2 of that is going, and hopefully before one of these finishes I can start with the Ringworld frame. The Great Khan is dead. I guess that's what happens when you fight against fanatical purifiers on the hardest difficulty. They're pretty powerful themselves. Which really begs the question, why didn't they just break through the Marauders earlier? Oh, no, the Marauders are still doing damage. Maybe just caught the Great Khan's armada by surprise. Very possible. They are now a true empire. Despicable neutrals? What? What makes a species turn neutral? Lust for gold? Power? Or were they born with hearts full of neutrality? This is a placeholder personality and should not show up in-game. Well, I'm assuming that'll update at the end of the month. I have never seen that before.
Technology discovered.
Are you forever going to be just nothing? Where are you? Apparently I'm the strongest, but that's purely because of my tech is just miles ahead of everyone else's. Am I blind? No, there you are. Yep, still neutrals. Don't think that's meant to happen, honestly. Almost finished with Supremacy. So we lost one system in the end, so it wasn't too bad, really. Isn't it beautiful? There we are, Supremacy is now finished, so we need to decide on our final bonus. I am actually somewhat tempted by the Archaeology project. It does turn our worlds into something truly magnificent. Thus shall we make a world of the city and a city of the world. Eternal Vigilance is interesting. We could go and see if we can... There's the thing, the enemy crisis is going to be really difficult. The chance of us being able to attack them straight away is low. Even though it's 70 years away at minimum, I still think we're likely to try and just protect our own territory because we have two fantastic choke points. Although these citadels themselves aren't that powerful, the bonuses they give is really good, and increasing their hull points and everything is fantastic. They also stack well when you start getting loads of research, so I am really tempted by Eternal Vigilance. It also means we can stay in our territory more, which means we have bonuses from the war doctrines and everything, defense in depth, and one of the ambitions... Not Fortress Proclamation, where are you? Desperate Measures. Home territory fire rate. I think that's probably our best bet. Just hold off until our tech gets to such absurd levels that we can make one giant fleet cluster, which can then attack the enemy. But I don't know. That is a very passive way of playing, and we don't necessarily need this to do that. I think Archaeology project might be the way to go. They're saying that we are building ring worlds already, and the ring worlds take influence, and we can't spread it that much. No, I still think it's correct. Yeah, I think it is correct. So, do you have any worlds which are pretty much just cities yet? I'm sure we do. Oh, all of... There we go. No, that's one of our relic worlds. Come on, must have at least one world which is just cities, outside of the relic worlds. Which can be changed, by the way. These can be upgraded themselves. But I'd rather upgrade a non-relic world, since the relic world is already very powerful. Okay, in that case, what I've got to do is just replace everything with city districts. Then it will allow me to turn our very first world into our first city world.
War has broken out.
I can't believe I didn't activate this. So I thought I'd finished planetary machinery because I got it mixed up with another one of the archaeologies, another one of the archaeological sites here, the crashed starship. Whoops-a-daisy. Well, that's a lot of resource I've already lost because, if I recall correctly, that's a really, really nice archaeological site. Excellent. Although first, Dyson Sphere to its full potential. Activate one of the Ringworld sites. Sadly, though, that's all I can build at a time. 3 at a time is the maximum. So until the matter decompressor is finished, I'm only bringing one bit of the Ringworld online at a time. Not fantastic. Almost there. Our second world will be the first to undergo the archaeology project. Then, most likely, our original world, and then everything else. So that's now 3 which are undergoing in the project. Actually, no, is it 4 or is it 3? 1 second, I've got a feeling. Yep, it's 4. And that is all of my influence for quite a while. It's 200 influence each. So essentially we're doing this rather than building habitats, which, I've got to be honest, just upsets me greatly. The Dyson Sphere is now complete, as is one of the Ringworld sections, so now I can start building 2 Ringworld pieces at a time. But as soon as the matter decompressor is finished, we can start building 3 at a time, which is going to be so much quicker.
Discovered.
As you can imagine, as the number goes up, it's faster. I know, it is truly a science. Need my tech to start increasing now. It's been static for way too long. In past tech rushes, I have been much higher in tech than this at this point of the game. Starting to think that Fanatic Materialist might be the real way to go rather than this. This has such a great start, but the Fanatic Materialist just has so many bonuses, you know, for tech. Considering it's all about tech, who would have thought? So I'm moving my construction vessel here, because eventually I'm going to make yet another ring world right here. After the second ring world, then we will need to build the mega shipyard, because that can just make everything so much faster than what we can do currently. Our first ring world section is complete, and I'm going to use it for something very boring. Food. Because, you know, eating is something which the Empire needs to do, and I'm sick of constantly buying food, and I don't want to have a monthly trade of that much, because then it seems like I have no energy. Though that's probably the best way of doing it. I mean, it's not that much, really, is it? This is at the extreme it's going to cost.
Colony
If I sell it to lower the cost and then put the food in, oh, I could just do that, but no, I'm still going to stick with it. For now, I'll do a monthly trade. Good enough.
Technology discovered.
But still, the very first one is going to be food. It's kind of weird considering I've just destroyed so many agricultural districts, turning everything into the archaeology project. Though I still think this is the most efficient way. The others, though, will be either commercial or research. Commercial gives you consumer goods and a load of trade value, which of course both are pretty darn fantastic, whereas research gives, wait for it, research. Although, on the planets which are still producing consumer goods, I will destroy the buildings, build up the industrial archaeology, because then we can have other things as the buildings. Essentially just avoiding any of the leisure, industrial, or foundry buildings, because there's no point. You have the districts, which are really good. At least I think they're better overall. What we need here is the gene clinics back, and we also need the clone vats. Let's get our population increasing. Now we've got all the
Technology
population
discovered.
growth stuff on, we are getting 13 population points per month. Every 100, of course, produces a new population, so yeah, these city worlds are going to very rapidly increase in population, which you might expect with the bonus 50% growth speed. After finally finishing up over here, let's put you back. Assisting research. We now have a new relic, which is a pretty nice one. Robot upkeep minus 10% as a passive, and then its activated ability will give us plus 10% engineering research and plus 20% monthly energy credits for 10 years. Overall, pretty nice. Probably will never use it now because I need influence for other things, but still, nice to have. A fallen empire has woken up. A fallen empire I didn't even know existed until just now. They are the watchful regular. Oh no, they're gonna be rivals with our parents. Oh dear. We have also found the spiritualist relic, which means now our parents really love us. Excellent relations. Seeing you here now, I remember why your species was chosen. Oh, you weird little thing, you. We are still currently the most powerful empire. In terms of the awakened empire, it's because of our economy.
Technology discovered.
Compared to everyone else, it's because of everything. Soon, every single world will be a city. We're actually almost there. There's not many worlds left. Even our Gaia world is currently being converted. I have started the conversion on all of our relic worlds. Yeah, that's being converted. That's being restored into one. Being restored. Already converted, already converted, already converted. Converted, converted. Soon to start the restoration process. In fact, I can start it now. And that's it. All the rest are already converted. It's beautiful and really horrible at the same time.
Technology.
Well, it was only a matter of time, but here we are. We are now in the war in heaven, which means it is the purifiers, sorry, the fanatics versus the directors, with us on the side of the fanatics. The purifiers are kind of in our way, to be perfectly honest, so I am tempted to attack them. Now, normally they have closed borders to us. I'm not 100% sure why right now they don't, since we haven't been at war with them, but for some reason they just don't seemingly care. Oh, because they've been at war with our parents, I believe, at some point. Yeah, they did take one of their systems. They ultimately lost, but they took one of the just basic systems, or two of the basic systems. They just haven't re-declared closed borders. Well, we want to help out our parents, so purifiers, I'm gonna destroy you. Simple as that. I'm gonna go straight through all their territory, taking planet after planet, until the purifiers are completely removed. They attacked our parents, and right now we don't need yet another enemy. So, our fleets are currently down here, because I was actually planning on doing some stuff around here, but now, of course, going to move them up here, because it's a lot easier. They've already cleared the way from some marauders, going to go through here, and then take everything. Now, thankfully, even though we are pacifists, we can go to war to end threat, and since these are purifiers, that makes them viable for that. Okay, all fleets move out. I'm also now building some more mixed fleets, so corvettes, destroyers, cruisers, and all that, since pure battleships,
Discovered.
they're okay versus some crisis events, but not really in normal fights. Oh, the League of Non-Aligned Powers has been formed somewhere. Basically, it's the old Federation, isn't it? Yeah, at some point we're going to go to war with those as well. Thankfully, we have our Citadel here. We'll keep some fleets back to defend ourselves, but going to send a lot to attack the Purifiers. I'm assuming the Purifiers didn't join that. No, of course they didn't. They actually can, that's the funny thing. Or at least they used to be able to at one point. Unless I'm going insane. But that would be weird. I think it's no secret at this point, habitats are like my ultimate favourite thing. They're just so enjoyable. And we have loads of them already, and they will continue to be added. As for ground forces, we can now make the Gene Warriors, which are very, very nice. Not my favourite of all the specialist armies. My favourite is the Xenomorphs and the Psychic Warriors, if you go down the route of, believe it or not, being psychic. But they're more than passable.
Has broken out.
Yeah, we are now also at war with the League of Non-Aligned Powers. Thankfully, the Carnot is quite weak at the moment, so I think our Citadel should be okay. I did remove this shipyard from here, which I'm kind of annoyed I did now. Yeah, you fellows just go and help defend the Citadel. The Citadel's like, what, 72k at the moment?
Technology discovered.
That should be fine. In fact, I'm going to just grab one of these. Don't really want to focus on defending our Citadels all that much in terms of our research, but just for the time being. Well, here's the war in heaven. Go, blue team! Hey! Speaking of nothing to do with what I'm currently speaking about, our mega shipyard is finally getting operational. Have so much point defense and so much health. Oh yeah, blue team is winning this drastically. A clear victory there. It's because the enemy split up their forces. Their other force is currently here. It just took this station and is attacking the Celestial Throne, our parents' homeland.
Engaging enemy station.
There we are, and now time to war with you. Now, we could just go through the territory, but the problem is they can close their borders at any time, and we don't really have... Well, we don't really have the potential to allow that to happen. We can't allow it to happen. We can't take the risk. For now, though, what I'm going to do is just take out every single system along the path. I probably won't bombard the planets at all. Wait, do they not have FTL blockers? What's going on with your stations? Why can't I see your stations, most importantly? What has happened to you? I mean, you can see a station at that range, right? Maybe you can't. No, I think... No, I can see this station here, and that's further away. I am... No, it's not further away. I think I'm just going mad. Okay, what we'll do is, so we need to get our admin cap up very, very quickly because we're about to gain a lot of Empire Sprawl. The first and probably only time we're going to be aggressive in terms of expansion, and all this territory is likely to be throwaway. I'm not really going to use it. If the Endgame Crisis attacks here, I'm not going to try and save it. This is going to be like the other land. In fact, I'm probably not even going to grab this system just to showcase that. This is territory we have to own but don't want to. You're going to defend yourselves? Excellent. Okay. So the war in heaven is going well for us. The problem is, of course, all the other empires are now also at war with us. Oh, except for you. No. Don't I have some other allies somewhere? I'm sure it said that we have someone else with us. In fact, we have a few. We have the merchants and the assembly of territories. They're not particularly huge because I can't see them when I zoom out. That's a worry. So there's the territories. Where are the merchants? Oh, same colour, dum-dum. I thought it was one thing. Okay, so they're both over there. They are currently our kin. Oh, there's a fallen empire here we've never seen either. See, this is what happens when you're isolationists. You don't really explore. Well, at least when you get blocked straight away. So there's a fallen empire right there as well. Interesting. They have defended themselves successfully, and by the looks of things, they're going to attack successfully. Our parents are the best parents. And we remain loyal, even though we could probably crush them at this point. Loyal! One more world has been encased. I have now slowed down our megastructure building because we just don't have the alloys to continue to build up a fleet, along with building up everything else.
Discovered.
This is going to be the one exception to that. Actually, nope, even that. I'm now starting to build some battleships which use strikecraft mixed in with the standard artillery stuff. Also, how did you manage to avoid the enemies there when we moved past? Oh, because we can just go like that. That is really weird. Well, could you jump to here, please? I think you are actually strong enough to just deal with that straight away. Go, Gene Warriors. Wow, that's a lot of population. That's going to be a lot of domestic servants.
Colony conquered.
Well, I'm going to do what I always do, and I'm going to convert this into one beautiful city. Yep.
Technology discovered.
Don't really have enough jobs for all of you. Now, what we could do is, rather than try and populate these with our normal species, because that's going to take forever, is we could make these a special type of owned population and make them indentured servitude. They can be workers or specialists. Then we turn all of these in this little sector, which we don't really care about, into alloy production or consumer good production. Yeah, let's go with that. Then all we need to do is send over some leaders to rule over them. So we need 5 of them. Oh no, we have the machines here! The machines have taken over ruler positions. We trust the machines. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Being forced back, at least for a short while, I keep on forgetting that you really do need smaller weapons these days, because the enemy, when they have enough corvettes and such, they'll get your battleships and the large weapons just won't be able to hit them. They will eventually hit them, but it takes so long. So I've ended up losing like 10 battleships to just small corvette fleets. So I'm backing off, and all of our new battleships will have mixed in some small weapons and some hangars, because I also think it's going to be a fun type of battleship. Is this a meta battleship? No, almost certainly not. This isn't the way to go. But it's going to be fun. So auto cannons if they get too close, strikecraft which can hit anyone at any range, and then large weapons. We're still going to act as artillery, but it's going to have some defense. And I will eventually convert all of our regular battleships into this as well. Right now I'm backing off, moving to a station, so I can use the station as a defense against corvettes. So apparently my parents didn't really need me. Also, I need to stop calling them that. It's starting to get really, really weird. But yeah, they are just destroying the directors. It seems like that one bad fight just tipped it so far into the Fanatics' favour, because they had one of their large fleets over here dealing with the cooperative, then one large fleet had gone ahead to attack the homeworld, but then all of their other fleets, which is a lot of them, were fighting every single last fleet of the Fanatics at once, ultimately resulting in their untimely demise. It's a bit silly, really. And we need more gas. In fact, we need more of everything again. Food is becoming a problem. I am really considering turning off nutritional plentitude. I did turn it off for a while and it solved the problems, and I thought I had got enough, and it turns out, no, I certainly had not. Okay, you can be destroyed. What I'm going to do is upgrade this station here, and that's going to be a trade station to grab all of this. You can now move here. How many worlds did I just grab? It was loads, wasn't it? He had loads and loads of habitats. This is going to be slower than expected, which is fine, because again, we don't really need to rush. I thought I might need to help out, but no. Just, nope. Okay, now my fleet with corvettes and cruisers who are set to have more medium-based weapons is here. They can start dealing with all this absolutely fine. No one is fighting us off here, so go ahead and grab absolutely everything. Our new ships are almost ready. In fact, I have several fleets ready already. We'll send those over as well in a little bit. It's weird to seeing us It's weird to seeing us. It's weird seeing us expand. I am tempted to grab the system. The reason is this is already a bastion, so all of these will be protected in terms of trade, which would be really good. More energy. Right now we're losing energy because we had to purchase so many things, and then I have some auto purchases on, so all the prices are really inflated. So apparently, even if you convert this world, this lovely Gaia world, into a city planet, they still say it's gardens and beautiful and lovely. Which is good for us, because it means the output of consumer goods from here is going to continue to be steady and powerful, so all is well and good there. Keep on forgetting to terraform this every time I have enough energy. I will at some point. With some of our new worlds, what we're going to need to do is start making fortress worlds and fortress habitats. The reason is, strongholds also increase your navy capacity, which at the moment we are really struggling with, even when we have all of our stations, in fact, almost all of our stations right now are max-sized anchorages. There's little else we can really do. It's the perfect scientist. Plus 10% research speed, plus 5, plus 10. That adds up to a number! And I wager it's more than 6.
Construction complete.
Oh, battleships, you're so useless at point-blank range. Thank you, corvettes. Which may all be dead. Oh, this is going to take a while, isn't it? You see, this is how I lost battleships before. What did I lose there? Yeah, I lost a bit of everything there. Still, even our cruisers are very powerful right now. We have so many repeatables finished. I thought that said Volcaran then. I was very confused about their naming practices. Taking over this. We could attack the Carnus. Can we actually make claims? Ooh, we can. So we can make claims, we just can't go to war aggressively. That makes sense. So we could start taking over this, and then we'll have a nice blob of the galaxy under our control. I believe the blob is a scientific term there.
Deploying liberation forces.
Might need to sell some alloys and stuff. Yeah, our economy was fantastic. I pressed the wrong button. Our economy was fantastic, and then suddenly it kind of crashed. And it's because I'm really, really focusing now on research and alloys and everything. As you can see, my tech is now 22k. It's gaining almost 1k a year, so
Technology discovered.
It's definitely benefiting us. Our ships are getting very, very powerful. Upgrading our strike crafts a little bit because, well, we now are using them, and they had no upgrades for them originally, so yeah. These battleships should do fine.
Colony conquered.
Take over that. Scum and villainy.
Construction
Same
complete.
old, same old. How many worlds are here?
Colony founded.
They like habitats almost as much as me. Invading them's been fantastic. There's our hangar fleet dealing with the rest of the marauders here and here.
Colony conquered. Technology discovered.
We have 35 years now until the Endgame crisis can spawn. Hopefully we'll get a couple more years after that, but I feel like right now we are just about strong enough with all of our fleets to probably hold back one of theirs. If I'm thinking it's going to be like 1 million fleet power. Actually, no, let me have a think. So, with the Scourge, on ×5, the starter fleets, that's the really, really weak fleets, are something like 200 to 300k, I think. They're not huge. So they would be 1 million, but then later on you get the 400,000 fleets, which are going to be, oh my god, terrifying. No, never mind, we can't deal with anything right now. We need those years. Oh, I don't need to make claims. Because we're at war with our... Oh, that is fantastic. We have the same war doctrine as the Fanatics. Well, same war type, which means I can just take anything I attack. Oh, we are going to spread. Okay, you, hurry up and deal with that as fast as possible. Then I want you to start taking all that. You start connecting and then teleport. I think you can do both at the same time, which would be nice. right? Then you can go here, do this, do that. Any of you made up of the new hangar fleets? Well, you are, but you're not finished yet. You are a mix of the two. Yep, you'll do. You can go over here as well. That is going to be fantastic. Yep, we can take over the Alliance. All will be us. I've just realised, we essentially have acted like a fallen empire this entire playthrough, and now as our parent fallen empire has awoken, we too have awoken. We are now an awakened empire. I'm okay with this, honestly. In the territory towards the north with the Alliance, we're going to do the same thing, making their populations a special kind of owned, so they can at least work specialist jobs. Because we're nice like that. Wait, I already had loads of you, didn't I? Huh, go figure. Well, that was easy. Just continue what you're doing. Oh, I like how some of our preppers jump into the planet as soon as you capture it. Like, yep, I want to be a merchant, I want to be an admin, no longer are we fleet captains, haha. Okay, so... and just continue like this. Also, apparently that's just how my species talks. You would think differently based on how it looks, but no. No, it does indeed sound like a very tired, mid-20s British chap. Who's just kind of gave up on everything, really. So here's a question I've got before. Why do I normally just go with one type of weapon? Even if, for instance, it might not be the most perfect thing against the enemy, perhaps going with several weapons is better to counter one target. Well, it's just because of this. Right now, I'm using kinetic weapons, and I'm also using the strikecraft, which means I've got to do both of them to upgrade both of their damage. If I am only using one, and I stack that, it means we can set that weapon to insane levels of damage, which is really, really useful. But I do think that this right now is probably for the best, considering we are going down the route of attacking the entire galaxy for a while. Wow. Yep, seems like our patrons are doing incredibly well. Patrons is not the word I was looking for there.
Deploying liberation
I'm tired.
forces.
Also, liberation forces. Yep, that's what I would call our forces right now. Excellent, one more world under our control. We have destroyed what used to be just marauders. Well, that's pretty easy. For a second now, I thought I'd accidentally destroyed my main bastion. Remember, this is still our prime territory. Everything between this bastion and this bastion, everything else, fodder for the Endgame crisis to just attack and waste time on. We're not particularly nice to everyone we capture, let's just say that. To anyone we capture.
Technology
To
discovered.
anyone. To anything. We're not very nice. Finally going to start building some gateways as well. I'm going to have one there, one near the shipyard, one somewhere here. We can take over the gateway from the enemy there, so we have something near the edge of the galaxy, one in the core. So once again, need to save up on our influence. The enemy are putting up a good fight, I'll give them that much.
Establishing colony.
But yet, these new battleships just do not care at all if you are using corvettes. Did lose any? Nope, took some damage, but lost none.
Technology
Oh
discovered.
dear, we are about to lose our ground forces though. I was just about to capture another world. Can you jump out in time? Yes, I think you will be able to. Hopefully they're attacking on the other side. I think they are. Jump. Lovely. Taking over almost all of the purifiers now. We're just starting to finish them off. Okay, you can leave that for now, because that's blocking them from entering our territory. Plus, I don't really care about this having a single station there. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, wait, no, I don't care about that either. No worlds. Okay, let's continue this way. So many worlds. The micromanagement has been horrendous, but it turns out I really should have been more aggressive earlier, claiming more space, because we are gaining so much power and so much resource, and it isn't affecting our tech because our empire sprawl is absolutely fine. Once again, another broken empire. Apparently, though, they are now our friends. Good to know.
Deploying liberation forces.
More construction sites continue to go down.
Lost.
Is that the last world of the purifiers?
Conquered.
I honestly thought it was. Oh, they have one world just tucked away there. That is really irritating. Excellent, one of the gateways is finished. Let's move on over there. And let's keep on removing all of these stations, since they make all the other stations cost more at the moment, since we are over the maximum. Oh, stop sneaking behind me. They keep on taking back space. It's so irritating. You're going that way. You've grabbed that. So just stay there for a while so I can't get past. Nothing spawning over here, so that's fine. This fleet will deal with those and start going that way. Okay, yeah. Thankfully I've got enough fleets I can deal with this. All of you go home, though. I'm now going to start converting all of our ships into the hangar ships, just because they've been so useful. With how much tech we're currently getting, the admin capacity increase has been fantastic. I've hardly had to build any new bureaucratic stuff, and our admin cap is really ahead of our empire sprawl, so I can actually start destroying some of those buildings for something more useful, like more alloys, more consumer goods, more research, more potatoes, you know, all the usual stuff an empire needs. And more rare resources, gonna need more and more and more of them as I convert the worlds, which I've been getting. I really don't have the resources to turn them into these city worlds, which is what my original plan was, but still. Okay, if I put down a trade station here instead than a bastion, that bastion protects 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I put one here, that'll protect all this area. I'm just trying to think how I can get all this trade value, because that is almost 100. In fact, it's over 100, drastically over 100. Trade value right there. So that's 100 energy I'm just not currently collecting. But that's all stuff for later. At the moment, I keep on getting new stations. My cap keeps on increasing, so I'm getting more and more population. It's a bit difficult to have any final plans yet.
Hostile fleet encountered.
Seriously, the Grey Tempest are attacking me? Oh, that is so annoying. Jump there, destroy them, thank you. You, move in there, thank you. Still haven't really cleaned up everywhere. Oh, what are you doing? You're being annoying, that's what you're doing. Wait, no, I don't care about that.
Deploying liberation forces.
Now I have to lose that. Yep, there we go. Okay, you are only using the hangar ones, that's fantastic. You can start moving as well. Extra sublight speed, lovely. Gonna move on. This is why I need more gateways. The purifiers have one tiny world over here. They're just doing this on purpose to be annoying, I'm sure of it. Okay, destroy the Great Tempest, move over there. This group here, the weaker force, who apparently can't jump to there? Oh, 'cause it's just out of range. Okay, you jump to there and then follow them. Okay. Once you're done cleaning up all this, you can then join them and start attacking over here again. And so everything becomes a bit more orderly. Over here, I don't really care. This is some of the most intense micromanagement I've ever had in Stellaris. It's kind of horrendous, to be perfectly honest. Fun, but horrendous nonetheless. Constantly getting new stations, constantly trying to stop small attacks, taking back territory, trying to sort out all of these worlds, and I think I'm doing an okay job. My research has now gone just to insane levels. We can now finish some of the earlier repeatables in 5 months. So every 5 months we're increasing the damage of our strikecraft by 10%, for instance. So every year that's over a 20% increase. Since, you know, it'll be like 2 point whatever. Yeah. Going a bit mad though. Corvettes. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was going to change that, wasn't I? Yeah, earlier I messed up and I didn't give these things the ability to, well, go from hyperlane to hyperlane. There we are.
Upgraded.
I can deal with that. That'll give us some more resources since piracy will be mostly solved. One more world about to fall to us.
Deploying
And bombardment
liberation
on the
forces.
last world of the purifiers. Could say we are purifying them.
Colony conquered.
So I've got a question for everyone, because this has happened to me now maybe 10 times. I keep getting stored research, not huge amounts of it for the year we're currently in. I'm only getting like 26,000 resource, but I keep on getting it and I have no idea where from. Is it conquering the worlds or something else? I just don't know where I'm getting it from, and I want to know what I'm doing to get it, because then I'll try and get more, because it is lovely still. Although it's not much, it's essentially taking a month off one of our researches, which is great. So right now, I only have 4 months rather than 5 months to get the next 10% damage increase to our strikecraft. But I really don't know where I'm getting it from. I just keep on getting it. Is this intentional? Is it a bug? Am I just being really stupid and missing something really obvious? That is, of course, very, very possible. One more gateway about to finish. Going to put one over here as well. I'm putting them down pretty much everywhere at the moment. Going to make life a lot easier for us. We have ended the Pliff Plaff Star Alliance. Goodbye, Pliff Plaffs. Your names will live on. Oh dear, raiding fleet. Where did you come from? Well, gonna lose a ground force, but it's not too much of an issue. We've got loads ready nearby. See? Once again, stored research, now physics as well. It must be taking over the planets, right? I just finished taking over a planet. It's got to be that. Has this always happened? Again, has this always happened after just being really, really dense? Ooh, that's really annoying. Having that gateway in neutral territory means anyone can use it. No wonder I keep on seeing enemies pop up over there. Finally, the purifiers have been removed from the galaxy, and we are now next to our benefactors. Over here, there is a lot of forces lining up. So we need to start dealing with those. Also, we're under attack over here from the Conclave, which are this group here. I didn't think they could go through the Forerunners' territory, but apparently they can. So we need to deal with this. I've got a large fleet already ready at 303k fleet power. We are really powerful right now. So it's still just a matter of lots of micromanagement. 37k research now at least. Also, we just conquered a world, so no putting any research. So yeah, I have no idea where I'm getting all that research from. Oh, is it because I'm overshooting so much?
Technology discovered.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I knew that's how it did. Well, I knew that's not how it worked, but I still haven't got a clue where I'm getting all that research from, I gotta be honest. It keeps on happening randomly. It could be the world still. Maybe I used it up already. I don't know.
Technology discovered.
Many years later, and there are still 3 major players within the galaxy. There is the Prepper and Fanatics, which of course is us. Then there is the Cooperative, the Union, and the Conclave, which are the neutral forces, which are definitely doing the worst out of the 3. And then there is the Directors and their minions, which are the other Awakened Empires. Well, sorry, the other Awakened Empire and its minions. I've just sent over one of our larger fleets, which is going to get here soon. The Fanatics are just utterly devastating the Directors. The problem is there's just so many enemies around here, they're constantly losing space. So I'm going to have a fleet which isn't going to try and conquer any worlds or anything, but is going to just take out these smaller fleets, constantly grab systems, and hopefully that can then force the Fanatics to finally destroy the Directors. Because that would end the war, which would be great, because I'm getting sick of it now.
Technology discovered.
This is gonna hurt a bit.
Technology discovered.
Thank you, Strikecraft. Those are the forces from the non-aligned powers, and that station was from the Directors. Okay, I'm just gonna keep you there, because they keep on attacking from here, so if I go here, here, they'll block the non-aligned forces from attacking the Fanatics. Over here, we'll keep on attacking the Directors. And I am building up some ground forces to use only over here. Over here, it's just been a nightmare of constantly being attacked by tiny little fleets. It is the most boring thing to deal with. Really starting to think that perhaps I should have one giant Corvette fleet around here, just purely based on speed, just to go and pick them off over and over again. But we are getting the job done. And soon, all of this will be ours. Where did the fleet I had over there go? Oh, yeah, I sent it into the L cluster. Okay, you can go back now. Let's clear up this space from the Union. Then this half the galaxy really is under our control. The other Awakened Empire only has 3 worlds left. Sorry, no, I didn't see these two because they're in the colours of our allies. So, no, they have 5 left. Still not all that many. Although, our allies just sent their ground forces straight into a station. I can see why they needed us. Either way, I'll get over there, deal with that. We're about to finish off this one over here. Huzzah for our Gene Warriors. Just increase their damage a little bit to speed all this along. Our shields are now 290% stronger. It's nice, but the damage that's going to arrive from the Endgame crisis is still probably going to one-shot a ship.
Conquered.
Also, we do now finally have access to the Fallen Empire tech, so I will be installing that as soon as possible. Lovely. I am still building ring worlds in the background. When I have the resources to do so, that is.
Hostile fleet encountered.
Only a few systems left of the Union. Oh good, one of our allies managed to grab the L cluster. I was just about to consider going over there, so very happy they did it instead, so we don't have to. Almost there. Oh good, allied ground forces. Nope, go to the other one. This one's almost finished. We're doing just fine on our own.
Technology discovered.
We're still being harrowed by pirates, really? What happened to those little corvettes we had? Oh, I guess they've merged one of the other fleets. Okay, you go over there. Now at 400k per fleet. Fantastic.
Technology discovered.
Next one will go down here. If I can actually find it, because I am blind. There we are. The Awakened Empire has been defeated. The end of the Directors. So, we're still at war then with... Okay, so we're no longer at war with these fellows. But we are still at war with all of these. Unless our ally wants the status quo, which would be nice. I'm assuming not, so I'll just continue to destroy everything I can see. We shall continue the rampage. Now that's what I've been wanting to see the entire time. So I've just activated Reverse Engineer Arcane Technology, and I've got a Class 4 Singularity, which is one of the Fallen Empire buildings, which gives you a lot of energy absolutely for free. Doesn't really matter where I put this, as long as I put it down as soon as possible to get all the energy we can possibly get. Now I can't actually see it right now. Does it have to go on an actual planet? That might be the case. Which is kind of annoying, honestly. Since we have so many habitats, it would have been the habitat first. There it is, yeah, 250 energy. Probably just best to wait until a planet has an open slot. No, I would much rather have it in one of our original worlds, so sure. This one has all the industrial archaeologies anyway. Pop that down. Our governor has just passed away. None of those are particularly good. None of those are particularly good. That one is great. Well, it could be better. Really, the best governor we can have is the bonus research regular trait, then that, and brain slug. But for now, that'll do. Some of our planets do have a lot of crime, but it's normally the ones with lots and lots of own populations, and then we just have the crime lord deal to make sure we're still stable. In fact, we are very stable, so that crime, don't even care. 4 criminals and a population of 394? Yeah, don't care in the slightest. So at this point, the enemies are almost completely defeated, although it has been a really, really aggressive bit of expansion for us in terms of getting so much more space. So now our admin cap is really suffering. We are now suffering through plus 100% in our technology cost, plus 149% for our tradition cost, not that matters now, and even our campaigns are really, really expensive. On the upside though, we are almost done now. We have loads of worlds which we could increase our admin cap on, but yeah, our tech right now is not looking the best. Though it's still doing okay, honestly, because we have so much research. We are about to hit 60k research. Once the cooperative is dealt with, the only enemy really then is the conclave down here, which honestly isn't really even an enemy anymore. They are so very weak. I have a tiny fleet here, and I think I'm just going to send those in to finish them off, though by the looks of things, the Fallen Empire is about to do the same anyway. Sorry, the Awakened Empire. Our parents. Few enemies over here, so this is their only real force they have left, so not exactly much. I could always just move this fleet down once I'm dealt with everything else. Yeah, that makes sense to me. And here's our current fleets. They are looking terrifying, honestly. Almost 500k each. With 1 year to go until the Endgame crisis can spawn in. Next time, we're probably going to spawn in the Endgame crisis earlier, even if we do struggle. Wow, there's a lot of unemployed here. Where did we just grab this world? Why are you not taking jobs? You're all residents. What's going on there? There we go. Wow, that was a quick update. Crime lords, I'm here to make a deal with you.
Technology discovered.
The Union has been defeated. Our only enemy now is the Conclave. As soon as they're done, I'm gonna mostly just ignore the other empires. I don't particularly want their space. I'm having a tough enough time managing all the rest of the space, and they're doing no real harm to us. We have plenty of space if we want some more ring worlds and such. In fact, even right now I am building up a new ring world. We have 2 ring worlds here and here, which I probably haven't talked about all that much, which brings our current total to 4 full ring worlds. Which is a little bit crazy, honestly, and does explain partially our 60k research now. I have had more research at this point in the game, but this is really good still. Another good thing with all the gateways is that getting our trade value over to the main world is actually significantly easier. As you can see, the trade value can actually travel through the gateways, and since I have a gateway in our home system, far less piracy. Now there is still a piracy problem, but far less so. The Awakened Empire clearing the way so we can take up the final world of our final enemy. Thank you very much. The ending of the Conclave. There we are, finally no longer at war, and we now control most of the galaxy. Once again, I don't really care about conquering even more because we're doing fantastically right now. Even our citadels are growing in power significantly. And soon I'm going to change these defense platforms to also use hangar bays. Since now, I think our strike craft are doing 300% extra damage at 300% extra speed or something like that. No, 400% attack speed, 340% extra damage. Bring on the crisis. The year is now 2404, and our fleets look like this. 619k for some of the more experienced ones who have been doing some combat. So right now I'm heading over to the L cluster so that we have access to the main system there, and I probably will go ahead and destroy the Grey Tempest whilst I'm there, almost purely because I want the nanites in order to allow us to use the edict to increase our research speed. So one of the reasons why our ships are now so much stronger, of course, is the fact we have integrated the Fallen Empire tech. Which is rather nice when you have plus 370% on your shield hit points. Here's really hoping that we see the Unbidden, because we can count them quite easily and quite quickly. So we encountered the Grey Tempest, the strike craft all fired once, and the enemy is gone. Not bad. Just need to destroy their main group, of course, then all of them perish at once.
Technology discovered.
Sometimes the strike craft don't even get there. Lovely, goodbye to all of you. And then we can deal with you. Hello to the home system. It's weird seeing strike craft be so effective. Now, of course, we are just massively outscaling the enemy here. These little gaps every month are going to be really annoying. But still, working out just fine. Why are we so much weaker here? Is there some kind of enemy field? Or have we lost some of our battleships? No, I'm just really weak here for some reason. Oh, did I lose some battleships in that fight? I lost 9. That might explain why I was a fair bit weakened. I wonder how I lost them. Oh, energy arc. Is that one of those weapons that just goes through shields and armor? It could be. I'm not too sure. Would make sense because the damage to shields is very low and yet their damage to hull is very high. So I assume they just ignored our shields completely there. Okay. You can all return home, and we can start claiming this sector as our own. So let's send some of our science vessels over. So even without stored research, cell revitalization, which increases our leader lifespan by 5 years, only takes 2 years to complete now. Which means, yep, now our leaders will be immortal.
Ships upgraded.
We have reached immortality.
Technology.
A galactic power surge has been felt throughout the galaxy. Now, I'm fairly certain this is the Unbidden, right? Because it's the ghost signal for the continuity, the contingency, whatever they're actually called, the machines, which I have not seen in so long. I was actually hoping it was going to be them this time because they're the most difficult, so it would have been just insanely difficult on times 25. At least it's the most difficult for me. I always have trouble with them, not saying that they are the most difficult full stop. Now you need to return home as well. And I'm hoping that they end up somewhere where we're close to a gateway. Now thankfully we have gateways almost everywhere, and my ability to make a coherent sentence is starting to fade away. We have gateways pretty much in all of our territory, and the Fanatics are doing an okay job as well. In fact, they're doing a fantastic job keeping gateways as they continue to expand, so just don't spawn here. If it spawns here, it's going to be a small problem. Now we wait. Now, because it's the Unbidden, what we need to do, though, is change our battleships. Armor is outright useless, or, well, not completely useless. It's not like versus the Scourge, where shields are almost completely useless. What we want is the deflectors. Now, I kind of wish we went purely kinetic, because I feel like using just kinetic weapons would be better, but we've gone down so far upgrading the strike craft, and some kinetic. I think this is going to be an okay setup. I'm tempted to go with carrier now, though, because we have so many strike craft. Even though we are still using the cannon, would that be better? It would decrease our fire rate by 20%, which is a big deal. But it would increase our engagement range and keep us nice and far away, so during combat it'll take a bit longer for them to get to us. We'll basically send out the strike craft earlier in the fight. But no, I think sticking with that would be best. Yeah, and just changing completely over to dark matter deflectors. That's going to be very expensive to upgrade. Not for alloys, but for dark matter. Oh, no, apparently not. Why is that not as expensive as I thought? Explain yourself to me slowly and with diagrams. I think we're going to be okay. I honestly think this is not going to be... It's going to be difficult, but it's not going to be insane. But if we lose our fleets, then recovering is going to be... Yeah, so essentially it's going to be okay, as long as we don't do something really stupid and lose all of our fleets at once, like attacking multiple of their fleets at the same time. If that doesn't happen, I think we're going to be able to contain them. But if we lose what we have, it's going to take us so many years, even with the mega shipyard, even with us producing an insane amount of alloys, that they could get the upper hand and start gaining some serious territory. You are all upgrading at the mega shipyard, right? Because that is so much faster with the 20 shipyards. Okay. Good, good, good. Oh, that was quick. Okay, where are you, Unbidden?
Log updated.
The Unbidden have arrived. Where? Here. That does not say 8.4 million. That should not say it. Okay, they're regular fleets, though. We can definitely... How much do we have, though? Because we are close to 1 million. Okay, now remember, though, although we are getting close to 1 million each, we are on 733,000 on multiple of our fleets. This is our home territory firepower, which means we have access to desperate measures, increasing their fire rate by 40%. We have the tradition, so we have Bulwark of Harmony, increasing it by an additional 15%, and a few other bonuses as well. Am I still using Defense in Depth? Yes, which is an additional 10%. We are not that strong when we're out of our own territory. However, we do have a 600,000 bastion right there. Okay, even though you're not fully upgraded, I'm going to move all my fleets there right now. I don't care. I need to make sure they don't expand. We could end this in the next few years, or if we can just contain them. So station our fleets here and keep bouncing between these two systems, build up citadels, which will give us additional fire rate and other bonuses, stay in our home territory, get minimal losses. We should be able to hold them back, and potentially just quarantine them over here. One thing I wish I'd already done, I should have made a strike craft. Why didn't I make a strike craft? I don't know. Probably won't be able to turn all of these into shields, but let's just find out, shall we? Didn't think so. They do bonus damage to both armor and hull, right? Since I do have the crystal-infused plating, which is less effective, especially since I have increased our armor bonuses from our armor, but if they do loads of extra armor damage but not much hull, maybe it's worth using that rather than the armor. Anyway, that's something to consider later. No, let's use those to ignore their shields completely. Strikecraft damage, there we go, that's the main deal there. Yeah, should have built that way sooner. because that can sit with our battleships and give them a nice defensive bonus. Okay, we're on the move. They so far... Nope, they are now moving. I was about to say, so far they've just stayed put, but nope, they haven't. It's going to take us a while to get here. Bit too long, honestly. Remember how I said it wouldn't be too bad? Well, it turns out that 8mm fleet is actually going with their other fleets. I thought that was going to be the fleet which just hangs back and defends the portal. Apparently, nope, they are using that as an aggressive fleet, which makes complete sense, but I'm not happy about it, so you guys go to the middle of here.
Spaceport under attack.
We may need more. Yeah, that's going right this way. Nope, 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 and more nope. We should have a gateway here, so we could bounce to that gateway and return a different direction. Going against that would just be utterly, utterly silly. Cancel all my battleships. Another thing I really should have done is this. Change that for the arc emitter, since that also completely ignores shields. I was kind of hedging my bets using the cannon instead, in case it wasn't the Unbidden, it was something else. But yeah, should have swapped that over as soon as I saw it was the Unbidden. So all new ships will be using the arc emitter rather than the cannon. It also means I do have to start upgrading energy damage, which isn't something I've been doing at all yet, so that's not exactly great. Can you two please split up? You know, even if it was just the 8.4, I would try to attack them there. But as it is, I just can't. I might just need to bounce around, go around here instead, then try and attack them here. I'm letting too many fleets go by. I don't mind even fighting two of their fleets at once, just not that super fleet and the secondary fleet, because that's the equivalent of 3 of them. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So let's run away, go around, and get to the Citadel. Upside, the enemy are now just kind of staying put. I don't know why they're doing this, but they've just been sitting here for a while. That's fine by me. Downside, they are reinforcing at a really, really rapid rate. Yep, that's actually now more fleet power in this system than that system over there, but we do have the Citadel, which will give us attack speed bonuses and such, and we will also be in home territory, so we can just sit there and stop them heading this way. As I said before, our main, almost all of our tech, almost all of our power is coming from this one small area of the galaxy. If we can just stop them from going this way for long enough, we will get enough power to defeat them. But right now, I'm actually terrified, because if they attack us with enough ships at once, we're just going to outright lose. Something I've noticed which is curious. Fleet power, 1. Don't know what's going on with the stations. To be fair, the stations were never scary anyway, even on times 25, so 5 times stronger than the old Crisis. That's really not something we should consider threatening, and we're using hangars as well, which counter stations really, really well, so... doesn't matter if they're a bit broke, honestly, so it's fine. For now, I'm just going to continue to upgrade our shields and strike craft. If we'd focused on kinetic, we'd be doing better, to be perfectly honest. I just don't trust strike craft that much. We have so much fleet power. We might be able to just move in and take out... No, I doubt we can take out all of that. What I'm really hoping is that they do a dum-dum split up, then we can take out half of them, and even better if half of them just head straight into our Citadel. I know it may seem like I'm being overly cautious, considering we have some decent numbers as well, but if we lose our fleets, we may just lose the game, just straight away. Could do something like this. Now, the X-size weapon is incredibly powerful. It's 105 damage per second on average, ignore shields, just like the strike craft. The strike craft is only 40 damage average. But the thing is, these have been massively teched up. Also, the kinetic artillery at the back, probably not the best option. Just because it's not enough by itself to really break through the enemy shield. That's why I wanted to swap away from the cannon. The cannon is great versus the enemy shields, great versus their hull. It's a great anti-Unbidden weapon. but when it's the only kinetic weapon, it's not going to be enough to break through the shields. Most likely, the strike craft will kill the enemy before their shields are even down, because there's just not enough of it, even with the single artillery stairment being used. Gonna mix in some of these then. Just pure strike craft. The strike craft is weaker, but it is so teched up, it's insane. And then just lots and lots of disruptors. The other good thing is this is taking up less energy with the disruptors, which means I can use a shield capacitor, increasing our shield hit points by 10%. Almost all there. They're just not moving at the moment, which is kind of typical. This isn't normally what they do. They take a bit of territory, then they wait, and they allow the construction vessels to do their work, then they take more territory, then they wait. Well, on the upside, we are now making fleets with 1 million fleet power each, so that's a lovely thing to see. Downside, we are about to lose our citadel. They stayed together, and they're attacking, so I made all of my ships flee. There is no chance they would have been able to survive this, even with the citadel. The end of month lag is getting very annoying. There's probably ways to avoid this using mods and such, but for now.
Mining station lost.
They have so many hull points. Even their smaller craft. Yeah, that took them no time at all. Are you going to back off or not? Hoping to just sit still now. Please don't keep going towards us. That would be lovely.
Technology discovered.
Yeah, they are sitting there. The problem is, I can't get past. They're using their own choke point against us. Where are you going, 800k fleet? 800k? 8 million. A little bit more. The 8 million fleet has returned back to base. You see, this is what I expected it to do. I expected this to be the main defense force. Though all the rest are still clumping together. I have moved all of my fleets back through here. The 1 million power fleet has now joined my main forces, and more are still being created. Although now I am struggling for resources. At this point, I have to stop making ships, because my energy is starting to struggle, my alloys are still doing okay, but I also can't produce enough dark matter, and I can't keep on buying it. So for the time being, although it's a lot of power, I don't think I've really got enough to be all that aggressive. What I'm going to try and do in a second is go down here, go straight through, attack both of these systems, hopefully taking out both of those construction vessels. They will likely then move to try and defend. I will then jump somewhere else, and then just sit there for a while, since all of my ships do have jump drives. Just spent about half an hour trying to micromanage all of our worlds. Would it be macro? Either way, all of our worlds are now sorted again. Trying to keep up with the demands of everything is kind of horrendous. Oh no, the stations aren't glitched. They do have proper stats, it's just they're coming up with the wrong firepower. Okay, take out that, and let's see if any enemies are going to move to try and defend. No, you're not budging. Neither are you. And neither is the main force. So yeah, we'll just continue, we'll take out that, and if they continue to not move, we'll actually enter the enemy's territory and take out this system as well. That leaves only one set of construction vessels. Now I'm tempted to try and jump this tiny corvette fleet over here. There's a chance they could take out the... Actually, no, of course, the construction vessels also have all the bonuses. Ship hull points. Plus 3,750%. Yep, welcome to this difficulty. I think I may have them set to not be following the slowest fleet right now, so that's a bit of a mistake, oh well. Soon enough, we'll take out this station. And the construction vessel.
Discovered.
And I'm feeling a bit more confident again now. Now that we have 2 of the 1 million fleets, and I'm converting my ships into something a bit better. Ooh, okay, now they are moving. Well, they move for a second, then they move back. I think I would try to take out 2 of their fleets, just not more than that. Okay, get back here. Let's see what's going on. Ooh, good. You can follow the leader, which I believe is this one. So you have one more fleet. Again, I can't even make much more. This is probably the final fleet I can. 1.1 million, though. There we go, one more station is about to be removed. Lovely. However, yep, their forces are indeed heading towards us, so what we're going to do is back off right now. Yeah, we'll definitely make it in time, no problem there. We'll sit by the gateway, if we need to, we can just jump over here again. Just need to keep this up. Just keep on knocking out the odd small fleets. Keep on knocking out their stations when they're not defended properly. We might be okay. What are you doing, buddy? There's a chance you're going to start moving towards here, so we might want to go through the gateway anyway. Looks like they're mostly just defending what they already had. Can we, by any chance, just jump to that system there? If we can jump here, then move here, the problem is they can move back very quickly, and if we jump, we are slowed significantly. But if I could take out that construction vessel there, that would be such a bonus for us. Okay, if I move over there, so you can jump straight into the correct system. Jump into the system, take out the station and the construction vessel, move out. There we are, they've got their orders.
Technology discovered. Construction complete.
Please hurry up. I know you're on half speed right now because of the jump, so asking you to hurry up is a bit weird, but hurry up. Bit laggy, but there goes the station. I think we just knocked out the construction vessel early on. So many strike craft. There's a proper swarm. They're not moving to defend? Yep. Yes, they are. Makes sense. I would say then probably just go all the way back to here so you can jump without all the negatives. Because now for 200 days, you're doing half damage and are at half speed, so obviously don't particularly want you fighting. I think that was worth it, though. Shame they still have one more. Now, they will make more construction vessels over time, but if we can keep on knocking them out, they tend not to go too far away from their borders, so we could just keep them circling here. And we're getting stronger every year. Come on, please do not finish your building. Tiny little fleet here. Just take out the construction vessel. Beautiful. That went so much better than expected. The game really gets broken up when you have to wait a few seconds every single month. So there we are. You fellows are moving this way. The problem is I think you are heading back. Ooh, on your own though. Is that the 8.4 actually on its own? Okay, you're dead. I don't see how you're going to get out of this alive. Yeah, there's no way. Well, we sacrificed 186k fleet power, aka 4 battleships, but we took out their last construction vessel. Yep, that was worth it. All of these fellows, just sit where you are. See if one of these will go by themselves. Would I try and kill this? Yes, if we can take out that large fleet, that'd just be great. It would just be so useful to us. Well, I've been caught out of position. This is not an intentional fight here. Behold the swarm in all of its glory. So right now, the enemy are not able to attack back. If we had more of the hangars, sorry, more of the, well, versions of the hangars, the Hangar V2, which is holding back, we'd be doing even more damage in this phase right now. Takes a long time for them to get to us, and those strike craft are doing a fair bit, but now they're hitting all of the shorter range battleships. They are just being swarmed. If we win this, I'll be amazed. That was 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 million? Well, actually more than that, this wasn't exactly 338. Only one left in the millions, and yeah, I think we have reached the tipping point in power level, because that was beautiful. We lost a lot, but they've only got... I thought it had less fleets than they did. They still have lots of fleets. How much did we actually lose total? Oh, damn, that's a lot of battleships destroyed. Oh dear. Still though, we destroyed their largest fleet, so that's good. Let's start merging these to see what the actual damage was, and the one good thing is, as we lose ships, our upkeep goes down drastically, and I think that was overall worth it. It was a mistake, but it was a good mistake. Is that all of them that are going to be able to merge? I mean, I could go just down on the tactical view, but you know, let's just go like this. Yeah, I think so. Now, I'm sure a lot of people as well have been asking themselves, why don't I use missiles? Missiles are obviously a very good weapon versus the Unbidden. Honestly, they are. It's just they lack the base DPS, and they're really hard to spam, so it's difficult to upgrade them and not upgrade other things. You also can't use them on battleships. Now, that's my normal logic, but since now the enemy are so powerful that even with all of these shields upgrades, they're one or two shotting our ships, I'm starting to think that perhaps a Corvette spam might do better. Because that's a lot of firepower for only one very small ship. So using things like the, that's the wrong one, there it is, just the regular missiles which do bonus hull damage and of course ignore shields. And then using a phase disruptor or something else which ignores shields, that's quite a lot of damage for just a tiny, very cheap craft. And you can spam these things. That they've also got a very good evasion rate. You can bring that up all the way to the maximum, which I think it basically has. It's like 95%. No, evasion of 90%. What's the accuracy on the enemy weapons, and more importantly, what's the tracking on them? Hello, fellas. Now, I do have small weapons with decent tracking and accuracy, but there's a lot of medium and large weapons which we would be able to dodge. But yeah, the normal logic is just that it's very difficult to spam many missiles without going down the route of corvettes or other smaller craft, perhaps cruisers. And that tends not to work out all that well, at least in my experience. Could be very wrong here. I never try to profess myself as some kind of expert in this game. I'm seriously not. But I'm starting to think that maybe missiles were a potentially good option here. Just normally, every time I've tried before, I have been really underwhelmed, and I have tried many times to get them to work against many different enemies, including the Unbidden. Yeah, we're currently running away from this. But that's all they have left. It's still a lot, but we've essentially halved how much they have. Well, maybe 2/3 of it are left. Still, took so much damage there, so I'm trying to recover and build more ships. One fleet has just been finished, so that's going to meet up with them at the gateway. Although this gateway here was annoyingly just taken by one of the other empires, we're neutral with them, so that'll be absolutely fine. Did that already go through? Yeah, and now we also have the galactic focus of defeat the Unbidden, so I doubt anyone's going to close their borders anytime soon. I could do that, thankfully, and force that, because I am by far the most powerful member of the galactic community. By a long shot. All shall listen to the isolationists. Okay, 2 fleets going this way, so if we go that way to try and meet them, I think we can still take out 2 of them as we are with the new fleet arriving. There's still no construction vessels either, so yeah, I'm getting more and more hopeful. And remember, we're getting more and more powerful. Our tech is absolutely insane, and we continue to improve on it. But yeah, next time maybe Corvette spam would have been good. The reason why I spam battleships is because you can sometimes keep the enemy far away and destroy them before they're even in range to hit you, but now they have so much health. Even if you go with weapons which ignore shields, it's going to be difficult. So, raw damage might be better? I should really try that out. Problem is now that I'm so far gone in terms of tech, trying to catch up with missiles is just going to be insane. Still going to grab the Marauder missiles anyway. Still, average damage is only 14. But you get so many of them. Okay, I'm just waffling because I'm tired. So, you move out. We lose a system, but it's not an important system, so... Okay. I did like the system, though, because it has this here, the neutron star, which slows down sublight speed. Which is good for us, and probably one of the reasons why we did well-ish in that previous fight. Finally had enough to activate focusing crystals. I've been focusing a lot on the rare resources now, so we're actually getting quite a few of each, and that's allowed the overall price of them to dip. So now all of our ships which are using the arc emitter are 25% more powerful with the arc emitter, which is still nice. I've just realised, look all the names of the things in this system. The heart, the eye, tusk, belly, tail, snout, and fist. So, here's a problem. I just jumped 4 of our battleships because I saw that there was a construction vessel undefended, and sadly, as soon as I did that, it became defended, so those 4 are now gone. The enemy, though, have separated a lot at the moment, so I am going to try and make a small push, even though we are still lacking numbers. I think we've just got another new fleet. Great. You can join them, get ready to go. I was really hoping these would at least attack that before they got attacked, but no. Any chance at all you're going to turn around and fire at the right target? So they're not quite being one-shot, but... still a very, very quick death. Okay, that was good at least. Took out one of the stations. Anyone moving to defend? You're still going away. Don't really know where you're going. You're going to the center of this system. There's no way out that way, so you're going to change your mind later. You're only being defended by 1 fleet. You're being defended by none. We could jump one of our fleets. Now, I think what I'm going to do again is similar to before. We're going to split off a couple of battleships from one of our fleets. I tend to go 4 just because that is enough damage that it should be able to take them out fairly quickly once it starts firing. So that'll be 1 less construction vehicle to deal with. Just going to sit where I am for now, though.
Spaceport under attack.
Lovely. Spaceport under attack? Where? That's not a spaceport. Apparently we're at war with another empire. Oh. Really, game? Well, really, fanatics, this is what you're dealing with right now, not sending me ships. And you can run away and hopefully rejoin us later. Okay, you're still staying still. We could try and get this fleet, but yeah, it's going to move just too far. Though I guess that's an easy way to take out a station. Okay, we attacked the station there, we took it out. That brought back almost all of their forces. Their construction vessel is once again exposed, and I am so glad for jump drives right now. Everyone else, please move away. There is way too many fleets heading towards you right now. Not really micromanaging the world as much as I should be, to be perfectly honest. Tired and focused. A horrible, horrible combo. I need some coffee. Never have coffee in the house at the moment for some reason. All I drink is coffee normally. Lovely. And now you run away and you can join the other assassination group. Okay, and they're backing off. Yeah, hitting construction vehicles is the easiest way to get them to move where you want them to. Why are you so far behind?
Establishing colony.
About to do quite a silly thing, but whilst the enemy seemingly are just going all over the place since they can't make any more stations, I'm going to jump one of my full fleets over here. Along with one of these groups if it's ready. Just to take out a station. So much health. You know what? These actually are a little bit scary, just because they are so difficult to kill. Well, it's in comparison to normal. Oh, yeah, we've lost a battleship.
Technology discovered.
There we are. Okay, now all of you, make a run for it. There's a very real possibility we are losing a fleet right now. Yeah, they're moving in to attack it. Is that worth it? Honestly, I'd say yes. I would say it's probably worth losing a fleet to do that. Why did I send in the whole fleet? Because as soon as we attacked it, that's when they started to move. If we took too long, they would have destroyed us before we had a chance to actually take it out. Come on, I believe in you, even if you are on 50% speed. Any second now, they're going to pop in from here. Wow, we're on maximum influence. That is weird. I guess we could be building more habitats and such, but saying that I'm using all of my alloys for other things. Just save it up so I can keep all those on.
Technology discovered.
Lovely. Oh, they stopped chasing us, that's why. They let us go. Interesting. Wow, they are really exposed right now. Where are my fleets? Move here. Everything right now move here. If they stay up there doing whatever the hell they're doing, we could go around here, take out these two. The problem is, once you start taking out those, everything moves back. You can only take out the portal, which is the win condition, once they have no anchors left. They have 2 anchors right now. But that's our goal. Just keep on knocking them out. Make sure if we see construction vessels, just... It's worth it to sacrifice a lot of ships to take out a single construction vessel. Let me guess, no more dark matter? No more dark matter. Well, no, we have lots of dark matter. Oh, yeah, on a side note, I decided not to use the Juggernaut just because it's so difficult to move around. It's really slow, and the controls are really micromanagement heavy, and I cannot be bothered with that right now. It's a good thing to have around, obviously, but yeah, just not happy with it in this circumstance. Right now, I want to make sure I don't make too many mistakes, like the mistake I was going to make a second ago.
Technology discovered.
Darn, yep, they're already going back. Just spent like 20 minutes sorting out all of our planets again. Please say you're staying still. They are really out of position right now. So ideally, we all rush here, go right up to the border so they all teleport at the same time, rush this, destroy those 2 fleets, which we definitely can with what we have currently. If we have enough, we can rush this, destroy this really weak fleet, which is weaker than any of their other fleets, then we take out the portal. As soon as we start the attack here, we are on a timer because their fleets are going to be moving back. It is not worth losing everything we have just to take out even both of these anchors, because it'll take so long to recover that they will likely get new construction vessels and loads of other stuff, which again will make it not worth it. Okay, you have extra sublight speed. Right now, in policies, our war doctrine is rapid deployment. Extra sublight speed, extra weapon range. Though it's mostly for the extra sublight speed. So this is another way where corvettes would have been better. Corvettes are far faster. If we had pure corvette fleets, or even everything but battleships, we would be much faster and thus able to do this a lot better. So what would that kind of ship look like then? So it would be the Marauder missiles, it would be the phase disruptors, although the others are really good versus the shields, it doesn't matter. Our main damage is hitting their hull, so it's better to hit the hull as well, because we won't be able to take out the shields in the time that would probably destroy something. Most likely. The math on that I haven't really ever done, so afterburners would be great for the extra speed, but I doubt I can have all the shields I want if I do that. So the choice is either afterburners to make us far faster, taking us to the speed of 392 versus 362, but we have an additional shield. What's the current speed of our battleships in comparison? 225. Yeah, that is a big difference. For next time I play with the higher difficulty Crisis, I think I'm certainly going to try out Corvette fleets. Even just a few of them, that would have been great. But again, we're just so behind on tech. It's a real shame that we don't really get much bonus from this. Extra shield damage is nice, but we don't really have all that many things now even hitting the shield. I mean, I'm going to use it for this final, hopefully final fight, just to speed things along, but it's not really that much of a big deal. I hate it when they lose their general when they merge. There we go. What are you doing? No! When did I give that order? Ignore my obviously dumb orders and keep with the smarter ones. Admittedly, the smarter ones and the dumb ones do seem very similar most of the time. The difference between my worst and my best ideas are not particularly all that different. Oh, I do not care at all right now. Yeah, I don't care at all about this fight. It's annoying. It's very annoying. And my allies are only just now even attacking the enemies we got forced into the fight with. But I do not have time for that. Almost done with one more new fleet. Do I wait or do I not? No, these are already moving back. I've got to do it like now. Are you all in position? Oh, this could be so bad. Please stop focusing on the station. It can't hit you from there. Oh, so many battleships are going down straight away. Come on, Strikecraft. Get your work done, please. I believe in you. Kinda. Not really. But I'll pretend if it helps. Told you I believed in you. Oh, so many dead battleships. No, Strikecraft, don't do that stupid thing when you separate. That is why I hate Strikecraft sometimes. As I stammer. Oh, my stammer at the moment is dreadful. It really is stress which causes that. So this and real life stuff combined, there we are, lovely. How much do we lose? Okay, everyone, run. Run now, run fast. Attack that now. This first. Move, 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 move. Hopefully they don't reinforce as we get there. If they do, we could die. Okay, one more fleet has just arrived in the gateway. I'm going to make them jump to join in with the final fight.
Technology discovered.
All glory to the preppers.
Engaging enemy station.
Oh, is this station, like, stronger than the others? Wow, look at that! That moment when somebody Strikecraft, it can make a ring. That is weird to watch. See, I do love Strikecraft. It just feels like... There we are. It just feels like it takes too long for them to start doing their damage. In that time, regular weapons would have been just destroying it. Do we lose anything in the second fight? Yeah, we lost a battleship. There we are, though. They can no longer reinforce. Only these fleets are left. That is essentially victory. I thought once the portal was gone, you just instantly win.
Technology
I didn't think you need to actually destroy the rest of the Unbidden ships first. That's kind of annoying. Yeah, we don't really have enough force to fight off all of that at once, but they're not going to separate is the problem. Let's just skedaddle back to the portal. Oh! We've got a Warlock. From the Unbidden. What on earth is this? Sublight speed plus 15%. Lovely. Unbidden ritual modifier added for 120 months, giving the following effects. Jump drive range plus 100%. Wow, if you combine that with the psionic jump drive, that would be insane. Oh, it's a little Unbidden in a tube. We've got an Unbidden in a tube. Well then. Okay, everyone back. They're going here. Oh, if they go like this, if they're smart about it, they will catch us. If they're not smart about it, we can just keep on reinforcing and then attack when we have way more fleet power. Strikecraft, I'm sorry I ever doubted you. Still don't think I'll be using Strikecraft again, though, for future endeavours. The reason why I went with Strikecraft this time is because it gives you plus 10% on the attack and attack speed, rather than all the others plus 5%. I figured they might not be the best versus a lot of the circumstances, but they are good at soft countering most enemies, because they go through shields, they do bonus damage to armor, they're good versus almost all targets. Is one of my worlds really being... You know what, I don't care, these are all the worlds that I took from them earlier. Because they're good against all targets to at least some degree, I figured we can upgrade all of that while we're waiting. Whereas if I went with, let's say, energy weapons, although we do have the main weapon we're using, the arc emitter, all of our other energy weapons are a bit meh versus the Unbidden, so it would have been a waste of bonuses. Would have been great versus the Scourge, though, where energy weapons are king, but... There we are. It'd be lovely if they would separate. So I just threw what I already had into a fight, and this is how it looks. Once they get close like this, I do seem to struggle a bit to do enough damage. I'm not 100% sure why that is. But it seems like the Strikecraft are doing better than I expected. It just takes so long for the Strikecraft to get going, but once they are, they do shred the enemy. The invasion is defeated. Also moving this fleet over there. That's why I missed the start of that fight. But that is that. I had to make 2 more fleets. But we are done. The endgame crisis has been defeated. The fanatics are quickly devouring this last enemy. All is done. Now we could, of course, brush off the fanatics as our overlords. We are multiple times stronger. But I think this is how I want to end it. We were created by the fanatics to safeguard the galaxy under their command. We were loyal. And we were amazingly successful. Now, I will be doing this again, the times 25 challenge. Not really a challenge. Well, it's a challenge, but it's not a challenge in itself. I will be doing the times 25 difficulty again. Perhaps with an earlier year. And there are a lot of things I would have done very differently now looking back after 42 hours of gameplay for this Let's Play. Ooh, that kind of hurts a bit. Mostly because now I've got to edit down 42 hours into 2 to 3 hours of footage. I'm going to hate my own voice so much and all the times I've stammered and stumbled over words. Well, with that, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed today's video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Stellaris is a series you wish to see continued in the future. In the next video, we'll likely be challenging ourselves again, even though for some reason I'm against the word challenge at the moment. Because I'm a special potato. Thank you so much for watching. Do take care, stay safe, and goodbye.